for another video. This one is going to be a quick rundown of some of my spring favourites. So not quite a monthly favourites, because I'm far too unorganised to do something like every month, but I thought I'd do some of my spring favourites. The way I was kind of thinking about this is it's kind of things that I tend to switch up in spring a little bit. I did think of doing this as like a spring beauty swaps kind of idea, but I basically just thought actually it makes sense to do more of the favourites because it's more things I've been loving for the past couple of months, because it's almost at the end of spring and actually summer, which is quite exciting. If you're like me, I think May is still spring, June is summer, so coming to the end of May it seems to be kind of the end of spring, which is crazy. I can't believe like where the hell is this year going. It's a bit mad thinking that I'm actually getting married in like 3 months. Okay, but random sort of talking about how fast the year's going aside, wanted to get stuck into talking about what have been my favourites for spring so far. I'll start with 2 different body products I've been loving. First up there is this one, which is Inecto's Pure Coconut. It's like a body cream basically. I like this because one, it smells of coconut, which just makes me think of spring and summer, because like probably more summer, but you know when you get into spring you start thinking about summer and it gets you all excited. Oh, I do love the smell of that. It's like a really, I don't know how to describe it necessarily, but it's coconut but not sort of full on coconut. It's kind of soft coconut with like a real creamy side to it as well, which is really nice. I like this because it's kind of like as hydrating as a body butter but a bit lighter on the skin. So I tend to use things like body butters either in winter or autumn when my skin's a lot drier, or if I'm going for like a real pamper session. But if I want something that's a little bit lighter, then this is the one I've been reaching for at the moment. Oh god, it just smells amazing. But the best thing about this is it's super cheap. I think you can get it various places, but the place where this came from is Chemist Direct, but I will put all the links and everything below. Another body cream I've been using, which is probably equally as unglamorous, but I like it, so it gets a mention. E45 Nourish and Restore Lotion, this is the lightly fragranced version. I don't know if it's just me, but actually the lightly fragranced and the non-fragranced version to me smell pretty much the same. So either way it's quite light, but this is just a really good one because my skin is always really dry, so I've been basically trying to get ready for fake tanning and kind of, you know, sloughing off the winter grossness and getting ready to kind of actually have skin out occasionally. So this is one that I've been loving on a sort of day-to-day basis, but basically I've been alternating these two. So basically day-to-day I've used this, and then sort of 2-3 times a week I use that for a bit of an extra boost. There's another thing that I've been using a lot more than I probably do in autumn and winter and stuff, so I've been using this more for spring, is a body scrub. I do tend to use scrubs quite a lot because my skin's really dry and I just love the feeling of like a good body scrub. Sorry, filming this video and my puppy Monty is sort of sitting on the floor looking at me very confused about why I'm talking to a camera, just looking at me like I'm a complete weirdo. But yes, on the scrub front, back to the scrub, this is one that I've been really enjoying using, which is the Body Tonic Sugar Scrub from Garnier, and this is basically, it's like a really citrusy one, and it smells just like the Jo Malone Sweet Lemon cologne, which I absolutely adore. I don't know if that's just me or anybody else loves that one out there, but it's that kind of, like, I don't love the lime basil and mandarin version of Jo Malone, but Sweet Lemon I'm absolutely obsessed with. It's really beautiful. So this one's a really nice version because it's like that. It's lemony but sweet at the same time, and it kind of smells just like summer basically. So this one's really good and perfect prep for fake tanning. Speaking of fake tanning, there's a few more little ones, and I've got tan on at the moment, but quite a natural one, and it's not this one, it's another one that I'm testing that I will be reviewing on my blog soon, which I've already had a bit of a preview of because I had a demo when I was first introduced to it, but I'll talk more about that on the blog when I put it on there. But what I've been using recently, I guess before trialling another one out, is Zentan. I've been using both the face and the body version. Now Zentan I tried, when did I try it? Probably like 2-3 years ago or so, and like the colour was nice, but I didn't really get on with the application. I don't know whether I put on too much product or if I tried to buff it too much or whatever it was. It didn't really work for me. The review would probably still be on my blog. It would be because I wouldn't have taken off, but it'd still be on my blog from a while ago. And it basically, when I put it on, when I buffed it, it tended to kind of flake off, and I didn't really like that. Whether that was, again, it could have been just my like human error, I guess, going wrong, but I wasn't a fan. But I decided, after hearing lots of other people recommend it as the tan that they love, I wanted to give it another go again, and I'm really glad I did, which I think is actually something it's kind of really good to do. Is don't write off products necessarily if you don't like them. If you hear that lots of people liking them, then maybe it is actually that something just went wrong first time. It's worth giving it a second try. This one is the light medium one, and it's the Zentan Transform Luxe, which is a daily self tan, which I really like as a way for spring, getting kind of gradually back into putting a bit of fake tan on. Basically it's a lot easier to do rather than like a full-on sort of needing to exfoliate, buff, tan, sleep in sort of, I don't know, a onesie with muddy sheets and all that palaver. I just find this is one that I can put on in the day. It doesn't smell bad, which I really like. It doesn't leave a tin on it or anything, so you can put it on under whatever you're wearing without fear of looking like you've got muddy bits on you. Then for the face, which is one I've got on at the moment actually, because the other one I'm testing is just for body, but this is the one I've got on my face at the moment. This is actually medium dark for the face, and it's the Face Tanner Luxe. I find it fine for my skin even though it is medium dark. I do tend to mix it with a little bit of moisturiser just to kind of lighten it up that little bit, but I'm quite pale and hopefully I don't look too orange, so you can kind of judge it on my face, I guess. This is the dark medium dark, and so far so good using it on my face. I just use a very small amount, mix it with a bit of moisturiser, and I really like this as a daily tanner as well for the face. And yeah, they're both really, really nice. I'm really glad that I tried Zentan again and I didn't completely write it off forever, because it's actually a really nice fake tan. Also, on the fake tan thing, I'll get this out, it's probably looking a bit grubby because I've used it a few times, so sorry about that, but at least I've actually been using it. But this is it's the Bronze Buffer, is it Body Buffer? Yeah, Bronze Buffer it's called. Basically, this is one that came in the Beauty Mart Latest in Beauty box, and I saw it again. I saw a demo of this when I went to it's like a spring preview for what was coming up at Beauty Mart, and I was absolutely blown away by how awesome this was. Like, it's literally nothing. It's just a little sponge. It doesn't look like anything special. Like, it's quite firm. It's that kind of multi-pronged star shape. It's a little bit like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, it feels almost a bit. Can you hear that? It's kind of not rough, but it doesn't feel rough at all. I don't know how to describe it, but basically this is an absolute godsend if you end up with like patches and things for tannings. Like, if you end up with a dark bit, you just wet this and like buff it out. I particularly like, this is the main area I use it, is around my wrist, where I tend to get like under my watch strap. Like, my watch strap tends to take the tan off a bit and I end up with lines. So I tend to just every couple of days after I've put it on, wet this and like buff out the lines so that they're not as harsh and they look a bit more natural. So particularly around sort of wrists and things, ankles, knees, anything like that. Anyway, you've got a streak and you just want it to be a bit more subtle, this is an absolute wonder. So I said, sorry, it's a little bit on the grubby side, but that is an absolute wonder from Beauty Mart. I think it's something like £10 for one of these, but if you fake tan and you've got pale skin, then you can't not get that, basically. It's an absolute saviour. Next, skincare-y kind of things that I've been liking. This is one, it's a weird one again. It's one that I probably never would have thought I would love, but I actually really do. It's a gel cleanser. It's deep cleansing, purifying gel. Meant to be for like acne prone skin. Like, I don't have acne prone skin, but I did find for the last couple of months I've been having quite a lot of breakouts around my chin, so I thought I'd get something a bit more deep cleansing rather than focusing on hydrating, which is what I normally do. So I picked this again from Chemist Direct, and it's the Vichy Normaderm Deep Cleansing Purifying Gel. I really, really like this, and I use this every morning, which again is kind of getting into the routine of actually doing a proper cleanse in the morning, because I was probably guilty of not doing that properly, but I'm trying really hard to do a full and proper skincare routine. Like, I'm great at doing it at night, that's not a problem. Morning, I tend to just kind of take for granted that a bit of water in the shower, which is not the right approach, and I know that many people who are much better at skincare than me will be frowning upon that. But this one I've really liked for a good deep cleanse. I do have to put moisturiser on afterwards. It doesn't leave the skin stripped, but it feels on the drier side, but I don't feel like my skin has got drier as a result of using this. It's kind of, I feel like it has evened out the chin, and I'm definitely not getting anywhere near as many breakouts. So for that, absolutely love this one. It, as I said, it doesn't dry it, but it feels like I need moisturiser afterwards, I guess. So it's a really good one. So if maybe you've got combination skin like I have, I would give this a go. It's actually a really, really nice cleanser if you want something a bit deeper. If you maybe don't want the whole drying effect as much, then maybe just use it 2-3 times a week. I think that would actually work really well with something like the Clarisonic if you were going to go for a bit of a proper deep cleanse. Also on skincare front, I've been loving Estee Lauder Night Repair, or it's the Advanced Night Repair Synchronized Recovery Complex 2, catchy name as it is. This is one that I basically find every time I put this on my skin at night, I wake up really glowing. In fact, last night I did a combination. I did a facial with, I haven't got them here to show you, but it's the Ren, the Glyco mask and the AHA peel type thing, like the I can't remember to describe it. I'll put the notes below, but it's two Ren products that I absolutely loved. I was given the tip to use the sort of treatment serum and then the mask over the top as a kind of double dose. And then when I went to bed, I put this on along with some eye cream. And my skin felt and looked pretty damn good this morning. Like, if I say so myself, it was a really good combination. It felt really hydrated, really sort of radiant, and not in any way sort of dry or unbalanced and stuff. So really happy with that combination. But this is one that every night that I've used it, my skin feels pretty damn good in the morning. So I've been loving that at the moment. On makeup front, this is a fairly recent addition, but I am absolutely loving it, so it definitely deserves a mention. This is the new Clarins Hydra Quench Tinted Moisturiser. I'm a big fan of the Clarins Hydra Quench skincare range anyway, which is like the little blue ones. There's like a blue serum and a blue moisture cream, which is kind of this cream gel. They smell really, really nice, which is not necessarily the basis for good skincare, but it helps. But they've got these. This is the shade Porcelain, and it's got SPF. It's tinted moisturiser, and I really like this. I'm just sort of thinking as I'm saying this that so with the whole BB trend thing, basically I guess the difference I've seen is that this one is ever so slightly lighter coverage than some of the BBs that I've been using. But beyond that, I personally don't look at a BB or look at a tinted moisturiser and see them as dramatically differently. I see them as kind of a lighter alternative to a foundation. I guess you could layer either of them. You could layer a tinted moisturiser with a bit of foundation, you could layer a BB cream with a bit of foundation if you wanted heavier coverage. For me, I quite like light coverage, so a tinted moisturiser is great. This is what I've been using for sort of quick and lazy days, so if I'm in a rush and things. It just soaks in, smells amazing. It is very light, so you're not going to get a super amount of coverage, but it just kind of even things out. So I find this touch of concealer, a little dab of powder to kind of set it, and I'm quite happy to go. So that I've been absolutely loving as a new one. Hair care wise, I've basically gone back to an old favourite. So it's not a brand new product at all. It's one that I've talked about many a time before, probably more so on my blog than on here. But it's Phyto Paris Detox shampoo. So it's the clarifying detox shampoo. This is one I actually picked up last time I was in Paris, and I've left I've got like a drawer of backups, or sort of second packages of products, but yeah, drawer of backups, and this was in there and I'd basically forgotten about it, and I just had a look in there the other day and I found it and I was quite excited, got it out, been using it again, using it probably using it 2-3 times a week, which is probably about 1 or 2 too many. You should probably only really use it once a week, but I just love it, and it leaves my hair feeling really clean. It doesn't feel stripped out, but it probably will if I keep that up for too long. But this has been an absolute sort of return to the favourites because I really, really like this. If you either use lots of product in your hair, or if you have a bit of a sensitive scalp or suffer from any scalp build-up, I would totally recommend getting yourself a bottle of this to kind of sort that out, essentially. And then last but not least, there's 2 nail products that I've been loving for spring. First up is the Revlon Parfumerie. This is Ginger Melon, which is one of my favourite shades. The other one is China Flower, which I can't seem to find right now, but this one's like the perfect sort of pinky coral. China Flower is more of it's an orangey red, I guess. Yeah, I mean it's mainly red, but it's that real sort of summery red rather than wintry red, if that makes sense. Basically these are the scented polishes, which is quite a cute little idea. I really like it, and I just love the packaging of them, and the colours, particularly the cream ones, are really, really nice. And then next up is Sally Hansen's Complete Salon Manicure. This is from their summer collection, spring or summer, might be summer, it's technically spring, but that's fine. This shade is called Batbano Blue. No idea what that means, but it's really pretty. It's basically like real true blue, but with a bit of pearly shimmer to it. Both colours I'm absolutely loving. I'm actually not wearing anything on my nails at the moment because I'm trying to give them a bit of a breather for the bank holiday, which is something I quite like to do when I've got a bit of a weekend and stuff, because so you just find you get into the routine of wearing nail varnish all the time, and then your nails are a mess and you kind of have to wear nail varnish all the time. So I've been finding, while I've been doing some work today whilst I film this and everything, I've just been putting some cuticle cream on my nails and like keeping them nice and moisturised, and hopefully leaving them a bit healthier post bank holiday. Right, thank you so much for watching. Please do subscribe, and more videos will be coming your way, hopefully weekly going forward is my new promise. I'm aiming to do it weekly, and it might just be roundup of favourites or incoming and things like that, but just let me know what you want to see if you've got any requests. Okay, thanks very much, bye.